Hey everybody, I got asked a few questions, through my inbox and everything from one of the subscribers to me, and that's Aquarius199. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are asking this question to others out there. But the two questions he asked me, and he actually, and this is why I'm doing this video, because he actually brought up some good questions. The first one is he's asking, how do I know that the Ian Flynn at BumbleKings.com, at the message boards there, at the forums, is the real Ian Flynn, the real guy that's writing the book and then writing the stories and all that? Well, first of all, there's no doubt it's got to be him. Second of all, he's got a YouTube channel called Ian Poto, and a lot of his Ask Sonic stuff that he gets on his forum, he actually answers in some of these videos. In fact, his most recent one was back in February. So, yeah, I believe it is him, and if it's not him, then he's really throwing us off for a loop. But I believe it's him. I mean, he was a fan himself, so I think being a fan, he'd want to stay in contact with fellow fans out there to kind of get their insight and their thoughts on certain issues and stories. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of fans have bombarded him already with questions and with PMs and all that, saying things like, oh well, asking him questions like, well, you said you never would do an adaptation of Other M, and yet here you are with Silver Story Arc doing that in some ways, And then, of course, I'm pretty sure he's getting bombarded a lot with Genesis questions about Genesis in 225, like who's going to die in a few weeks in 225, and what has Genesis got to do with it? Is it a reboot? Is it, because according to the preview that we get, that little description, the ending's a world-changing ending that we won't believe, and and then you kind of get the idea that he's the one that puts in these descriptions, because during an interview, like I said, that he had with Newsarama, they kind of hint at the fact that he kind of hints at the fact that Genesis is just like an in-between deal, and then they get back into the status quo after that. So honestly, I do believe that it is him. I really do. And what's funny about this is that, even though I can't get on his channel, I mean, I can get on his forum and everything, I just can't log in because he'll know it's me. For some reason they do. But, I would just love to just ask him the question of, are you planning to do a made you look kind of deal at the end of Genesis or at the end of 225 and 230? Are you planning to do that? Are you planning to put some message out there for fans about the whole Sonic Sally deal, Sonic Game? I mean, I would just love to find out if he's going to do something like that, because I guarantee you, there's some people that don't like Ian right now, but I guarantee you that would really piss people off if he did something like that. But yeah, but again, getting back to that question Aquarius199 put, yeah, I truly believe it is him. I truly do. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there believe it is too. And just like Aquarius199, I'm pretty sure a lot of you doubt that it is him. And hey, that's your opinion. The other question that Aquarius199 put out for me, or asked me, was, does the lawsuit that Ken Penders have right now with Archie Comics, I think the question was, if that has or doesn't have any effect on what happened with Hershey? Well, long story short about that, Hershey Cat is the only character that's kind of owned property-wise by Ken Penders. So there might be some truth to that, but I don't know. You see, Ken Penders does own the property of Hershey the Cat, but Ian Flynn had come out already before that, and even afterwards, and said that he had plans for Hershey. And even though it's been announced that Hershey's dead, if you will, in the book, I honestly believe the character is still alive. I mean, it's like I said in a lot of my voiceover videos and stuff like that. in a lot of my reviews, in my opinions, stuff like that, you don't kill a character off screen in a comic book. It's kind of like on television. You don't kill a character off screen. A major character or a mid-major character off screen. You do it on screen or you do it on panel. So that's why I believe Hershey's not dead. But the reason she's kind of absent right now is probably until this whole lawsuit thing settles down. That's about it. I mean, Ken Penders has come out and even said that he feels that the reason Ian Flynn's going through with this reboot right now of the series, or at least of the origins, with this whole Genesis deal, is because Archie Comics, and I believe Ian Flynn, or at least Archie Comics, wants to avoid any connection with Ken Penders in some way. Now Ken doesn't put the blame on Ian on any of this, but he feels Ian's going to probably experience the same thing he did in the near future. So, honestly, I don't think the Hershey character is dead, but if the lawsuit has anything to do with her disappearance right now, then that's probably it, but I don't think so. Because if Ian Flynn comes out and says, hey, look, I've got plans for this character, he may just go through with it. You never know. Because look, the character essentially is owned by Ken, but there's always a way around it. In other words, the way around it is to redesign the character and give him the same name. So that they have similarities to what you'd seen before, and similarities to what you've seen before so that you know it's them, but it's not the same design that was originally made by the original owner. So in a way, it kind of makes it separate and individually Archie Comics. So honestly, it's kind of a 50-50 situation right now. In a way, her disappearance is kind of probably tied into the lawsuit deal. And in a way, maybe it's not, because like I said, Ian says he has plans, but Ken says he owns her. So we'll see what happens. And like I said, and I'll say it again, you don't kill a mid-major character like Hershey the Cat off screen or off panel. You do it on screen, you do it on panel, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you agree with that. So, but to answer those two questions by Aquarius199, well, there you go. Hopefully I answered them best I can, and that's all I could say. If you want to comment down below, any of you, go ahead, and I'll talk to you all later.